Hey everybody, welcome to CLC Sports USA. My name is Chris Check. Finally, another player comparison is coming out, and I thought it would be very much appropriate. Of course, you all know about Wayne Rooney, but I thought it would be appropriate to compare two such players as we have up here. Several people before have asked me, hey, why don't you compare Luis Suarez and Wayne Rooney? So I thought I'd give it a go, and here we go. We're going to go into this, and we're going to try to look at it. Again, I'm a Liverpool fan. I'm not a Manchester United. I can't even begin to like that team. So it takes a lot to take the bias out of you concerning this. But you see behind me on the board, and we haven't seen this setup for a while, but if you take a look, Luis Suarez versus Wayne Rooney, and we're not going to do a huge in-depth comparison today. You see behind me, I have strengths and weaknesses. Let's start off with Wayne Rooney. Now you see under strengths, I have he scores, his positioning, his heading, his set pieces, and the fact that he is an inspiration, he is an inspirer in the Manchester United squad. Now for Luis Suarez, you have he's good in tight areas, he's a fantastic creator, he was a prolific scorer, he does the impossible, and his work rate is incredible. You see, obviously, oppositely comparing those, you have work rate for Suarez, and under weaknesses for Rooney, I have he's lazy at times. I do have more strengths under Luis Suarez, but I also have more weaknesses under Luis Suarez. Suarez has not always been the best header in the air. Luis Suarez gets into a lot of controversy. Luis Suarez tries too much. And what I mean by tries too much, sometimes, again, he does the impossible, but it takes him 9 tries before that one impossible comes off. And sometimes you just wish, instead of trying that fantastic move, that he would just cross the ball into the area. That he would just take the snapshot, instead of trying to mega man and all of a sudden be in on goal. Also, I have that he is currently not the best scorer. And under Wayne Rooney, I have technical, lazy at times, and controversy. You say, why do you have controversy under Wayne Rooney? It's not so much prevalent anymore as it used to be. Of course, we all know what's happened with Wayne Rooney in the past and some of the things that he's been caught involved with. But in the end, I do want to say this about both players. Their past is their past. They cannot change that past, nor can we. So why do we keep talking about the past? Yes, you can learn from the past, but that is up to each and individual players to learn from the things that they have done wrong in the past, and it is for us to move on so we can look forward to their very, very bright futures. I do want to say a little bit of a word. Luis Suarez at Ajax, he scored 81 goals in 110 games. Now that is a goal every 1.3 games. That's a pretty prolific goal scoring rate. But Luis Suarez, before Ajax, he was at 2 former clubs, and I don't have the names of the clubs, but he scored every 2.8 games. Now this is his work rate at Liverpool. 17 goals in 48 games. You average that out, that's a goal every 2.8 games. So before Ajax and after Ajax, he has scored 2.8 goals average a game. There was something about Ajax, and of course it is a different league than the Premier League, but Suarez was more prevalent. Suarez was being played in really a different role. It has been said by Harry Redknapp that Luis Suarez can play in any position. He can play as your right back or left back, and he can also play as your second striker or your main forward, or he can play out on the left wing if you need him to. Where with Wayne Rooney, he has scored 129 goals in 253 games. That is a goal every 1.9 games. Now comparing him and Suarez in this area is very difficult to do. Why? Because of the amount of games. Suarez only played 110 games. Rooney's played 253. Who's to say that if you made that 220 games that Luis Suarez would have scored 162 goals? No one can say that. The fact of the matter is, Wayne Rooney, in this regard, I hate to say it, but he probably does have the better stat. Because although you see Suarez at Ajax, look at him in Liverpool. So if you did that times 4, that would be around 200 games. He's only going to have scored, 69 goals. Wayne Rooney has been at Manchester United since, 2004? I believe it's been 8 years. And he is a fantastic player. No matter what you say about Luis Suarez, and no matter what Luis Suarez gets himself involved with, he's a player that's hated on the pitch also for his ability. Both are fantastic players, but in the end, if I had to say, if there is a winner between Luis Suarez and Wayne Rooney, I would have to say Wayne Rooney is the better player. Just in the regard that he's more versatile and more round and complete as a player. Wayne Rooney can function better as a single striker than Luis Suarez can, because ultimately Luis Suarez is always going to be looking to provide the goal, and though while he may pull off the impossible once in a while, he doesn't always have the ability to score those, sometimes it's the simple goals that Suarez has problems with, because he's trying so hard to do the impossible that sometimes it is a downfall for him and it is a weakness. Let me know what you guys think about these two players and about the comparison that I've brought ahead of you and before you today. Please be respectful in the comments. I'd very much appreciate that. It's going to be a fantastic game no matter what anyone says this weekend. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been CLC Sports USA. Wayne Rooney just edges over the top of Luis Suarez. We'll see you guys next time. My name is Chris Check, and you guys remember that you'll never walk alone.